The most outrageous things about this property are the pool and the two huge redwood trees that are this close to the house. The pool takes up so much space, so we'll fill it in. And with the trees being so close to the house, the roots could damage the foundation and falling debris could break the roof or even the house. I don't like cutting trees, but in this case, unfortunately, we'll have to do that. I'm going to take you on a tour to show you all the work we're going to do to this property and, of course, all the numbers as well. In this front yard, I like that there is a circular driveway because it allows you to park a lot of cars. There is a garage detached in the back, but it's pretty tight here to go through the gate for a car. So I'm not sure how many people are actually gonna park in the garage, but the circular driveway can certainly provide a lot of parking space over here, which is so convenient. And then you see some big bushes over there and a lot of overgrown plants. So we definitely need to probably remove the bushes and trim down and even remove some of these plants that are close to the house because it doesn't allow us to see the entire frontage of the home, which would be very important for potential buyers. It's kind of nice that the front door is already of a newer style. We just need to give it a fresh coat of paint. And we're also going to paint the whole house exterior and also do some roof repairs. But let's go inside. It's a little dark because we're at the end of the day, but there's also no ceiling light in this living room. We plan to add recessed lights in here so that we can have good lighting, whether it's daytime or nighttime. And I like that the ceiling's vaulted, so towards the center we have very good ceiling height. And this is a good sized room, and I kind of like this fireplace as the focal point, but we do want to dress it up, whether to sheetrock it or to put some tiles here. The interior needs to be painted and we want to do a new texture on the walls because the texture is so rough. And that's the things, the kind of details that buyers will pay attention, and smoother walls would make the home feel more high-end and also give buyers a more pleasant viewing experience. We also need to refinish the hardwood floors over here because there's a lot of damage and also discoloration. So this is the type of things that we do to almost all the homes that we renovate because beautiful flooring really changed the buyer's perspective on a home. And if you are wondering how I know that the numbers on this house would work, that's because I plug all the numbers into my deal analyzer and I get to the max purchase price on a home before I decide to proceed with the purchase. And if you want to borrow my deal analyzer, you can grab it in the link in description below. So this is a little dining room, and the light fixture will need to be replaced. And then we're going to do a lot of work to this kitchen because it's kind of awkward right now. There are two entrances, one being here and the other in the hallway on that side. And because of these two entry points, the kitchen layout is not very functional. So we see the stove is protruding over here, and then the fridge is taking up a ton of space on this side. So we're thinking about closing out this entrance to the hallway to the bedroom side so that we can have a little more separation for the bedrooms and more privacy. And then we're going to put the cabinets actually along that wall and also this wall. So it will be a U-shaped kitchen, and then this will still be a peninsula that overlooks the family room. The kitchen is currently all white. It feels kind of industrial and it's not very homey. So we plan to gut everything in here, put in new cabinets, countertops, and appliances, and probably add some design features to make it more like a home. And over here on this side, the previous owner added this big room that's a family room. I really like that it has high ceilings and also just a very functional space for a family, because before this space was added, the house was quite small because it ended right here. This was an exterior wall and there was only a very small common space with the living room and dining room kitchen. And now with this space, you have almost twice as much living space, and also you have access to the backyard from the French doors here. So in this room, we're going to try to add some recessed lights. Of course, remove the ceiling fan and just finish the walls better, and also new trim and new steps coming from the kitchen and dining room side. So then we'll really have a beautiful family room. Let's go check out the bedroom side. So this is our guest bathroom. It has a standard size vanity and a shower enclosure that's very old school. So we are going to gut it and put in tiles and also a new vanity mirror and probably vanity lights as well. This is a light fixture that we usually see in a bedroom, but it feels kind of out of place. We're probably going to put maybe one recessed light over shower and remove this medicine cabinet here and probably put a better door to this little cabinet over here, just to make everything more fresh and clean. And then we have our first bedroom over here. The ceiling light has to be replaced, and then the wall texture, kind of similar to the living room, needs to be completely redone. The vaulted ceiling is again very nice. Also, it makes this room feel a little bigger. I like that there are two windows on different sides, so that means during the day, this room probably gets very good natural light. And then there's a small closet. It has cedar paneling, so it won't get a lot of bugs, but the closet door is missing, which we will add later. This is the second bedroom. It's quite small. I was a little concerned about the size of the bedroom because it's not as wide as standard bedrooms, but it's perfectly fine for a kid's room because usually kids have smaller beds and they may want to put a desk somewhere so that they can use this as a play and slash bedroom. And again, the room is missing a closet door, and we're going to put new ceiling light, new wall texture, and new flooring. So you notice that in this room there is laminate floors, which is really red in color. It's very different from the hardwood floors in the rest of the home. So we want to put in new hardwood floors in here as well to match the rest of the home. And the same flooring continues into the master bedroom. And we have the master bathroom here. This is a huge tub that's jetted, but it's not a style that people are still going for in a bathroom. So we are going to replace it, but we could put in a deep soaker tub in here and new tiles to make it look more luxurious. And on this side, we probably can fit double vanity so that it's convenient for sharing. And then we have one closet on this side, And then there is another closet in the room. So there's his and hers, or his and his, or hers and hers closet available, which is really nice. The bedroom is of a very good size. I think we are going to replace the ceiling fan, repaint the interior, and replace the flooring, which will make a big difference. And I love that there's the French door going to the backyard, which we're going to check out next. So front and center, we have a pool. And that's what we plan to remove, because I've done this on a lot of my flips, and I also really did a lot of research on this. I noticed that homes with a pool many times are sold at a discounted price, because a lot of buyers don't want to have to deal with the high maintenance costs on a pool, and also they can only use it in the summertime. They would much rather have a lawn, because they can use all year round and kids can play on a lawn any time of the year. These are the two huge redwood trees that I was talking about. They are so big and so close to the house that the first reaction anybody coming here had was that they pose significant risk to the house, because the roots are already growing out of the planter and breaking up the planter. The next thing they would probably damage would be the foundation, and then anything that's fallen from the trees are going to fall on the roof, and tree branches, if there's a storm or something, are going to definitely damage the house. So this would be a huge concern for buyers. That's why we really are looking into cutting these two trees, which is unfortunate, but I think trees should really be planted further away from the house, like more along the perimeter of the property. Over here, you could see that the planter's already broken apart, and on the other side as well. So we did get an arborist report about these two trees, and the arborist's opinion was that the trees had to be removed so that we could save the house. And the cost of cutting these two trees are so expensive. This one is probably gonna be $15,000, and even the smaller one will be at least $5,000. So it's a huge expense that we have to pay, but that would give the buyer a peace of mind, so it's worth it. This is also the first home that I ever purchased that already had an outdoor kitchen, but the kitchen was built kind of interestingly, because the grill is actually facing away from the house. Normally we have the grill facing the home and more like, so you can see it when you come out of the house, but here you have to really come into this corner to use the grill. And it's also close to the bushes and the kind of pergola, so it's not very safe. We're going to probably still, if we could salvage this grill, we probably want to change the facing of it, and we may remove the other island that's over there, because it's kind of unnecessary for this size of a backyard to have so much outdoor kitchen space, but it is still nice to have it. I bought this house for $1.8 million, and we plan to put $250,000 into the renovation, and we hope to sell it for $2.5 million and make a good profit. While we're renovating this house for the next 2-3 months, you can check out another flip of mine where we filled in the pool and added so much value to the home. I'll see you there.